This is how we do it.
Today we're going to make Turkish döner, shawarma, gyro in different languages, but we're going to do it in a different way. We're going to do it from chicken and we're going to make it with curry. I am going to show you how you can make döner at home. If you want to make a classical döner, we have an old recipe on the channel. I'm going to put it here and it's going to be the classic, but everything starts with a marinade. The meat should sit in the marinade. That's what makes the great döner great. And for that marinade, we need juice of 1 onion. Now, if I open this, I'm gonna start to cry, so not to do that, I'm gonna let it sit for a while. Meanwhile, normally a döner marinade has yogurt in it. But instead, I'm going to use something else, which is kefir. Kefir works as miracles when it's a marinade. So 10 tablespoons of kefir, and to that, a garlic. I'm going to crush the garlic. 1 garlic gets in, few sprigs of dill. This with curry goes a long way. But if you want something else, parsley, a basil would also be good. I roughly chop the dill, add it in. 2 tablespoons of curry gets in. Yes. A teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of red pepper. If you don't have flake pepper, you can use a sauce if you like, if you have something which is a bit hot sauce, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. And a teaspoon of butter gets in. That's it. And hope the onion has settled, so all in. The kefir works as an acid and softens it. The fat inside helps the curry to dissolve as the taste, and the onion juice also is going to work the same way. The other tastes in the marinade get inside. I'm going to mix this really well. And this is ready. Now I'm going to cut the chicken to prepare it to make it like a döner. And that is going to be not like thinly slicing. For these thighs, if there is a thickness like this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it like that and make it thinner and longer. I want big slices like this. What I'm going to do, I'm just putting a bit of scoring it here so the marinade gets in much better. Thighs are with a bit more fat so that it makes it softer and a bit tastier. But we have 1 breast here. And this is important. We're going to open it in such a way that as if we are opening a schnitzel, which is like I have a little cut here and then small cuts like this, so that I open it and make it thinner like that. If it's still thick, I'm going to cut it and open it so I make it longer like this. So this is it. I'm going to put all this chicken inside. This is ready. It's beautiful. It smells incredibly nice. For all these tastes to get in, preferably, this should sit in the refrigerator overnight so that all the taste gets in. Then we get the cooking paper. We wrinkle it and then open it so that it's more bendable. And then we start to add first a bit of breast and then some thigh and breast. And then we wrap it very tightly. Then put it to the fridge. At least it should sit for another night. Then our döner is gonna be ready. If, as a family, if you're not so crowded, just 1 people or 2 people, you can divide the mixtures into 2, 3, how many times you wanna cook. So each time you need, you get 1 piece and then cut it and then cook it. After we take it out of the fridge, it's really like a stone hard. So we have to let it wait for like 5 to 10 minutes. We are able to cut it. But at that time, we did the thumbnail, so I cut the small part out. I take it out of the paper and now we are ready to cut. As you can see, it's getting softer and easier to cut. But if you say, Refika, I'm just gonna use it for 1 person, you can like directly get it out of the fridge and wait for 1 or 2 minutes, then slice as much as you like and then put it back to fridge. That could do as well. What's really important is your knife to be really sharp. In this case, mine is. It's Refika'dan. You can buy it from Etsy. We like this. And what's really important is for the board not to move. So underneath we have something. It could be a wet napkin or it could be something prevented from slipping. Then I continue cutting like this until it's really hard to cut. Now let's say it is. Turn to the other side, which because it's the outside skin, it's much easier to cut at first. Until it gets harder.
You have to fight for your food.
And then, like long cuts like this could do.
Can I wear a glove?
Yes, of course you can. This is more like döner itself. In Turkey, we have the chicken döner, we have the meat döner. Actually, we never do it with any other kind of mixture. But I like it with curry, I like it with pesto sauce, I like it with some tomato paste as well. So there are really a lot of versions that you can make.
May I ask?
Yes?
Why isn't there a mushroom döner?
Because I didn't make it yet.
Okay, that's my order from you, please.
Oof.
The glove was for that.
We all understood, baby. Okay, no worries. For example, this is for 2 people. Now it's really, really cold. I can put this back to fridge. This is chicken. So chicken is a tricky business. So when you take it out of the fridge and you're gonna put some part of it back, it's really important, like you shouldn't wait for more than 2-3 minutes outside. So you take it out, cut the few pieces and put it back. Am I clear on that? That's really important because chicken, especially in meat, it wouldn't be such a problem, but in chicken, it's a tricky business. So now we cut those pieces. We have these beautiful pieces like this. I'm gonna use a non-stick pan. In this case, I'm not a big fan of using Teflon for several reasons. So I'm using an old, because it's very expensive, it's old and I didn't buy a new one. I should now buy a new one. A ceramic pan. I'm gonna use a teaspoon of butter. I'm gonna use the rest for the second turn. And when the butter starts to sizzle, it's time to put the chicken in. There are also little pieces. I'm also putting some of those little pieces on the side. From this time on, think about it as like making steak. One side should be really brown and you get the nice smells. Then I'm going to just toss the pan. Some goodness is going to stick on the bottom. So when I'm tossing it, I make sure that the other side cleans the pan and gets all the taste. Our döner for maybe 1 or 2 people is all ready. So when we make the preparation on another day to cook it, it takes just 5 minutes to do. Amazing. I'm gonna show you 3 ways of how we can eat this. First, I'm gonna make it with some green lentils here. I'm gonna chop a bit of mother style chopping. Yeah. A bit of dill, a bit of olive oil, salt.
If you don't put the chickens in it, I'll take this dish.
If you like, you can have some pickles as well. So with a bit of lentils, I don't know, because this is with curry and it's so nice. We have a lot of audience from India. Maybe they have something similar to this. So if you do, please write it down. If you're from another country like Mexican, maybe we can have a mashup of Mexican döner with recipes, maybe some broccoli beans on the bottom, and maybe some really hot döner. Anything could do. So I just want to give you an idea. This is one way of maybe eating it. Very nice. It will be so tasty. One way.
I will put that in a sandwich.
Here's a sandwich. Now, I am warming up the döner and I'm going to have another trick. I'm going to put a bit of water in. Okay? Through inside the little butter I had as well. Now, as you can see, the water is great. Now I'm going to dip it in. Yeah. Gets in. Okay. The dill inside and all the goodness. I don't want to put any other greens inside. Normally it will look good, but I don't believe that it needs any other extra taste. So put a bit of more butter. Just one thing that would be great is a bit of pickles. The pickles can get in like this. So something like this. It's a nice burger, huh?
Oof.
No? An easy one that you can make in 5 minutes. Now the third way. What I love a lot actually, it's plain pilav. In Turkey, we cook our pilav. Probably we have a recipe on the channel. First a bit of frying and then putting some water and then it's this plain pilav perfectly. And with this plain pilav, it's really a nice base for a lot of taste. So, I put my döner on top like this. Da-da-da-dam.
This is how we do it.
This is how I do it. It's not how we do it because normally they don't make in Turkey a curry döner or other versions. It says the classic chicken and classic meat. So this is how I do it, how I try to twist it for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please have a little comment. Even though you like little, I'll understand that you've watched until now. We have this connection. I read all the comments. So when you say something negative, I really get sad. Please share it with your loved one by cooking it. Thank you guys for all the support. Take great care.